Hey, yo, everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video. And today we're going to be doing some questions and answers, where you guys have the opportunity to ask me questions. I do the best I can to give you guys good answers. Now remember, there's no such thing as a stupid question. You guys can ask me anything. And we have quite a lot of questions to go through today, because I have two videos that these questions were posted on. I hope you don't mind. I got some freeze pops to lubricate my throat because they came out really dirty, didn't it? Because talking a lot dries up my throat. So I'm going to freeze pop it. So let me just pull up the questions. Here we go. So I got questions from two of my videos. One from an Andrew Cut a Pick of the Week, and the other one from just a standard ask your questions, blah 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 kind of thing. So with that said, let's go into the first set. What are the best Black Mask stories? The best Black Mask stories are the War Games and War Crimes, and the Under the Hood stories. Those are really where Black Mask was at his best, so I would go for those. Let's see. Do you believe, as I do, that DC... I kind of have to shuffle through these because half of them are normal comments. Do you believe that, as I do, that WWE is finally dead? Man, really, people power. I thought Teddy was a joke, but Laurinaitis makes Teddy look like a breath of fresh air. And Lord Tensai was the character made so that there would be no more shave your back chance. Now there's this prophet here to enlighten us, Messiah, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. Rey Mysterio. Do I think WWE is finally dead? Actually, no. I think WWE is just in its dry period, which it always is after WrestleMania. WWE has been meh the past few years, but it's kind of had a revitalization of sorts. Probably because The Rock has come back and they've had some pretty good matches with Taker and Triple H. But I think Jordan Laurinaitis is a great heel. Lord Tensai was made before he came to WWE. He was made in Japan. He shaved back in Japan, so that had nothing to do with the shave your back stuff. Yeah, I think WWE is fine right now. It's not perfect, but it's better than what it's been last few years. Especially now that they have Daniel Bryan and CM Punk going toe to toe with each other, which is beautiful. Try to find these. Uh, could you could you explain what the annuals are? Okay, annuals are just comics that are set out every year for a particular comic book. Sometimes they tie into stories. Sometimes they want like standalone stories. That's really what they are. Nothing more. Freeze pop killed. Okay, let's get these going. Here's a question. Let's face it. Batman, Bruce Wayne, and Captain Picard are the greatest fictional characters of all time. One can argue I'm wrong, but it's a losing battle. How would you handle a crossover with Batman and Picard? Oh God, if Batman and Picard crossed over together, dude, there would be world galactic peace throughout the whole entire universe, and there would be no problems whatsoever. But I don't know how it would handle a crossover. That's kind of weird. Probably Batman gets caught in a time stream, gets sent to the future, and I would like a thing dealing with Q. Batman dealing with Q would be interesting. Them having to outwit Q. But yeah, that's totally a random question. I think a Q story is probably the best angle to go at. Okay, now we have 86 questions to go through. Let us do it. Andrew, will you be disappointed if DC doesn't clarify the Batman timelines pre-Court of Owls in the New 52? How soon should they do that, if at all? I'm really curious of how Damian Wayne came to be. How are you curious? Damian Wayne is like 8 years old, and Batman's been around for 10 years, so yeah. A lot of people have this misconception that Batman's been around for only 5 years. No, Batman's been around for 10 years. The rest of the superheroes have been around for 5 years. So Damian Wayne was conceived 8 years ago. Makes sense. Do I think they'll clarify the Batman timeline? That's the thing about comic books. They don't always need to be clarified. They're always constantly changing. I think Batman's timeline is pretty fine right now because you can kind of map it out. Sticking with separate Earths, do you think Owlman will make an appearance? I don't know much about him, but I know the known facts is that he's Bruce Wayne's brother from a separate Earth. Guessing what I'm asking is for a canon bio of Owlman. Owlman is basically Batman's opposite from Earth 3. Will he be showing up in the New 52? Not for a while. I think they want to keep all the Earths separate for the time being. So I don't think he's going to be showing up anytime soon. But yeah, I love Owlman. Owlman is awesome, and he was that was actually one of the best of the comics that not comics movies that they had was Crisis on Two Earths. So yes. Do I think Owlman will be showing up anytime soon? No, probably not. But eventually, maybe a couple years down the line. Okay, right now I'm disappointed with Earth 2. Interesting. They had me thinking that they would possibly have Dick as Batman, possibly have more Punisher like Superman with Lois dead, but not reveal a spoiler. We don't get that. It just seems that like now we are getting another Justice League like title. Well, if you look at JLI, it seems like people are getting bored and having many teens comics. What are your thoughts? And who should they put on Earth 2 in order to make it interesting? I have to disagree with you. I think Earth 2 is incredibly interesting. I don't think it's disappointing at all. What they did with Jurassic, and it was good. We have enough Batman titles. We have enough Superman titles. Even with, Dick Grayson and all that, we have enough for them to do. And I don't think it's a big secret anymore, so you don't have to play. Let's keep away from spoilers. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman were killed. So I think that was a great drastic move because we don't need to focus on those characters. This is basically a Justice Society book. It's not another Justice League book. It's a Justice Society book. The world is different. Now, if you're asking me who do I think should be, um, hold on, let me just reread this. Well, if you look at JLI, it seems like people are getting bored having too many teens in the comic. What are your thoughts? And should they put Earth? Okay, who should they put on Earth 2 is one of the questions. My Earth 2 Justice Society would be Green Lantern, Flash, Wildcat, Mr. Terrific, Doctor Fate, Hawkgirl, and let's just say one more, and that would be. I'm just shuffling through the. Yeah, I don't know who the last one would be. I kind of want Power Girl and Huntress to be on it too, but they're kind of often doing their own thing. Do I think people are getting sick of team up books? No, because JLI is doing good in sales. It's just DC wants to cancel them. So I think when it comes down to team up books, I mean they released Ravagers, which is a team up book. I think DC's just trying to find what they like. Okay. I forgot to ask before, how is your cat? My cat is doing good. My cat really doesn't have a name though. Um, its original name was Socks when we bought it, but I was like, Mom, and this was back in 2004, Mom, we're not naming the cat Socks. So then we named it Fatty because it was fat, but then it lost a lot of weight. So then I don't know what his name is now. I just call it Kitty. So that's his name, Kitty. Um, but my cat is good. My cat loves me to death, and we have this ritual now. My cat always sleeps with me, but what it does is when I come home late at night at like 1 or 2 in the morning, it comes out to my room, it plays with me for about 20 minutes, and then it leaves, goes eats, goes to the bathroom, comes back up, and starts playing and like sleeps with me. So it's a weird ritual. Hmm. Need the freeze box. They're all yellows, which sucks because yellow is the worst flavor of Freeze Pop. Are you getting a new Injustice fighting game and what's your thoughts on it? Yes, and I think it looks great. It can go one of two directions. It can either be fantastic like the previous Mortal Kombat game, or it can suck like Mortal Kombat versus DC. But I think the premise is good. It's something different and it's something bold, and I like it. So yes, I am gonna get it. What books other than the ones already announced deserve an annual issue for the New 52? How should Swamp Thing and Batman crossover go with Scott Snyder writing both? Do you think DC will release a continuity guide or answer frequently asked questions anytime soon? Number one, I think all the comics are getting annual issues. I could be wrong, but I think they're all getting annuals. If not, I think just the major ones should, but I think they're all getting annuals. Two, how should a Batman and Swamp Thing crossover with Scott Snyder go? I'm not sure because I mean I've been reading Swamp Thing since the beginning, but I'm not 100%. I don't have a full knowledge of the character, and I don't know how Scott Snyder would handle it. But I think it would be very much Batman being very analytical and logical, having to deal with the sci-fi and the horror of Swamp Thing. Do I think DC will release a continuity guide or answer any frequently asked questions soon? No. They basically said don't worry about continuity. When facts get brought up, they get brought up. What are your top 10 favorite WWE finishers? And with a lot of the more prominent wrestlers being missing, such as HBK, Batista, Triple H, just to name a few, what do you think? What do you think of WWE right now? Okay, let me just finish off this freeze pop while I think of finishers. 10 finishers? Is that what you wanted? Being biased too, because these are my favorite. Sticky hands. Good thing I brought up this wet rag. Rock bottom, people's elbow, sharpshooter, Bret Hart sharpshooter. I love the ankle lock. RKO is pretty good. Sweet chin music is always nice to see. Stone Cold Stunner. 5-star frog splash is always nice to see too. Um, let me think. That was 7. The F5 was it 8? Let's just say it's. I think it was that was 7. Okay, the F5 was really cool. I loved the F5. That was the first fireman carry thing before the fireman carry phrase came on. That was good. Um, Angle Slam was always good. And one more. I could say the whole train, but no, that would be horrible. I'm trying to think of right now what current wrestlers have finishers I like, and not many finishers right now I like. I like the zigzag, but not enough to say it's in my top 10 favorite. Um, Dude, nothing is better than a good old fashioned Jerry the King Lawyer pile drive, so I'm gonna put that on there. With certain wrestlers missing right now, how do I feel about WWE? Well, WWE is changing; it's evolving. You know, Randy Orton just got suspended for 60 days, so I think what's going to happen is other wrestlers like Dolph Ziggler are going to step up and they're going to become bigger names. So WWE is right now in a transition period. I think of it, especially with John Cena and Randy Orton kind of moving on out and out of the title picture and doing their own thing. It's becoming more about CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, which is great because I love those wrestlers. Okay. Are you going to review or do an opinion video on the cartoon Young Justice? Yes, I will because I've watched all the episodes within the past week. I think it's the second best animated TV show for DC Comics has right after the Batman animated series. I don't know if I would say that, but I will be doing an opinionated video or a review of Young Justice because, like I said, I have been watching all the episodes up till now. I just finished the latest one, which was Bart Allen showing up and how that affects uh, the universe that they're in right now. So I will be doing a video for that. Okay. If Superman and Hulk fought, who would win? Superman. Why? Because despite how limitless the Hulk's power is, Superman just has more to his resume. And plus, he's super fast, so he can go in there and snap Hulk's neck quickly. And I know Hulk has ridiculous durability, but we're talking about freaking Superman. Hulk may have limitless anger, strength, but Superman just can sit up in the sun for a long time and gain his power. Plus, Superman, it's like he has super speed, flight, all this ridiculous stuff, and he's invulnerable too. Hulk isn't. Hulk has a level of invulnerability, but not to the level of Superman. Am I the only person that likes Red Lanterns? No, I like them too. From the New 52. Maybe I'm just blinded by the fanboyishness of Green Lantern to see the real problems. What do you think is wrong with it and how DC can improve? The biggest fault to Red Lanterns was one, not having a good cast of characters. Now they do with Rancor, Bleeze, and Atrocitus. And two, the comic was just so slow starting off. Now that it's getting going, it's getting better. Is it like the diamond in the rough for the new 52? No. But it's gone from a 2 out of 5, in my opinion, to a 3 out of 5. So Red Lanterns is getting better. What do they need to do? They need Red Lanterns to have a solidified enemy that is not a Lantern Corps. I know they're trying to do it with this thing, I forget its name, the screwed up first attempt at a Red Lanterns, but they need to have a legitimate enemy. Maybe like Mongrel or something. Do you believe they'll add more to the Justice League or only keep the original guys? They said that they're going to add more. Expect by this summer's Trinity War that there's going to be more members. DC Comics said that they're going to add more, and if you look at that big banner picture that they had, there was a bunch of different members that they said they were going to add. So, yeah, they're going to be adding more. I'm not a big fan of cliffhanging endings, so my question is the end to Angel, uh, ugh. Is the end to Angel, what do you think? I know the series continued in comics, but toss that aside, and if you could have directed the ending, how would you have played it out? The ending for Angel is the best ending for a TV show in a long time. Why? Because it was just so good. It wasn't about what happened afterwards, it was about the statement they were making. And the statement was this: Angel, despite all his faults, despite all the redemption he has to do, he's going to fight the fight. It may be a losing battle, but he will fight the fight into the unknown with his last breath against evil. And that was basically the statement of Angel. And the statement there at the very last episode was really just how it put the stamp on the comic. It was beautiful. Not the comic, the TV show. Would I have changed it? Not at all. It is beautiful. It is the best ending to a TV show in a long time. Okay. What are you going to do? Okay. What are you going to do when you run out of room to store your stuff in your room? Well, my room is only temporary. My fiance and I are graduated, and she just got her first job outside of college, and I've been looking feverishly. I have two jobs right now, so hopefully we'll be able to move out within a couple months, within 6 months or something like that, or build up enough income. So at that point, I will have at least, let's just say if we start off with a condo, we eventually get a house, I'm gonna have more places to store stuff. If not, I'm gonna have to find a place to store stuff. But um, I'll find a way. Right now, I actually took all my trades. I'll show you real quick. You probably won't be able to see it because lighting, but I took all but my Batman, Wonder Woman, and Justice League trades, and I put them in storage. So there's just Batman, Wonder Woman, Justice League there, and then I put all my video games there. So now over there, I have all my Batman figures set up. So I did put a lot of my trades in storage, and it's just there were too many of them, and I need the room. So I keep Batman, Wonder Woman, Justice League out because I constantly reread them. Are you gonna get Batman Earth One by Jeff Johns? Yes, and I've been looking for Earth One Superman so I can review it. I just can't find it at any store. My comic store doesn't even have it, which is weird because my comic store has everything. So yeah. Did you read Batman Gotham Shall Be Judged? Actually, no, I haven't. I've been trying. I have that at the comic store too. I just haven't got around to buying it. Have you watched or read the Game of Thrones? No, but every one of my friends has, and that's all they talk about. And what do you think about it? I have no comment because, as I said, I did not read it or watch it. I want to read it, but I just don't have the time right now. Do you play the side missions from any of the Batman Arkham City games? From Arkham City? Yes, I have. Not all of them. I'm gonna wait till it comes out on Wii U to really divulge into the game fully. How often or how much do you reread trades? Haha, that's funny because I was just talking about it. Every once in a while, whenever my interest spurs it, when I'm like, hey, I want to read this, and I'll just go down and read it. It's sporadic. It's not like I set a date and a time every week. It's whenever I feel like it. That's what trades are there for. So that. Um, Besides reading the weekly comics you buy, are you reading something else, or do you sometimes read something else? I do read novels from time to time. The last big novel series I read was Timothy Zahn's Spectre of the Past and Vision of the Futures, which was Star Wars based. And then I just read over the summer the Harry Potter books. Not over summer. Yeah, it was over summer into the winter. So I read all those. And I haven't really had anything to read right now. I might get Game of Thrones. I may not. But I have nothing on my mind to read at this moment. But I usually do read other stuff. Let's see. Hey Andrews, have you seen the Avengers yet? No, I haven't. No one wants to go see it with me, and I'm not going to go alone. I know you don't like Marvel, but Avengers is probably uh, the best, if not the fun superhero movie ever made. Also, what are your thoughts on the new DC game they're making, Injustice? I already gave my thoughts on that. Uh, hey Andrew, we want you to come up with an idea for a Green Lantern sequel. What would it be? So if DC wanted me to come up and told me to do a Green Lantern sequel, what would it be? And know that I know the movie flopped, but I can still ask you the question. Okay, if I was to make a Green Lantern sequel, well, if I have to use what was done in the original Green Lantern film, um, I would have. I would need need two sequels to do this. I would have Green Lantern be a several movie series. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. I was gonna kill off Hal Jordan, but I probably shouldn't. I guess what I would do is the most logical step is do Sinestro. Have Sinestro fight Hal because that's how it kind of ended in the first one. That's how I would do it in the second one. How would I keep it from flopping? Is better writing, maybe better constructs and stuff like that. I wouldn't have it be big, like over the top. Like they shouldn't have Parallax showed up in the first movie. I think what really hurt that was Parallax randomly showing up, but not randomly showing up. But Parallax is like a big evil. So I would probably just do Sinestro, and I would add in another Green Lantern. Have something like Hal's ring was deactivated or something like Hal was killed, like knocked out, and the Ring thought he was killed or something, and have another Green Lantern come in. Maybe Kyle, maybe Guy, maybe John. Um, but yeah, I think I would bring in John Stewart because as of right now, I think he's the second most recognizable DC character because of the cartoon. So that's what I would do. One, what is your least favorite DC cartoon to come out after Batman the Animated Series? Least favorite. I don't know. Maybe if I had to pick, jeez, maybe Static Shock, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't as good as the other stuff. If Flash movie ever got made, who would you want to be the villain? All of them. I think a Flash movie really would be cool to have Mirror Master, Captain Cold, the Weather Wizard, Captain Boomerang, all of them team up against Flash. I think that would be cool because Flash's villains are strongest when they're together. Well, not necessarily, but they're strong when they're together. Maybe even have Grodd throw in there. But it would be really cool to have them all, have the rogues go up against Flash. Why are you awesome? Because I'm the Miz! And I'm awesome! Wrestling fans would get that. With Alan Scott, Green Lantern character coming out, made me think of this question. Is there a topic or issue or something else, death, history, mind wipe, poor writing, etc., that would make you stop reading a book forever until corrected until the topic is over? Or you could overlook the thing. Certain issues are touchy, so I was just wondering what your thoughts are. Love the channel. No hate, just a question. No, that's fine. That's an interesting question. What would make me stop reading a certain comic book characters? And I don't know because certain if writing is good, that's what matters. There's certain things I would never want to see happen. Like if that's for example, if Green Lantern raped a girl, that would make me not want to read Green Lantern. But that's so ridiculously out of character. I don't think that comics are at the point with certain things that the characters will pretty much be the same as safe. When they were gonna make, I mean, Yeah, Batman will always be Batman. Batman will be what he is. I don't think there's going to be much that would make me not want to read a comic, because if the comic is written well, then that's what matters. One of my friends asked me, what if Batman was going to be the character that would be turning gay? How would you feel? Would you still read Batman? I kind of just looked at him like, yeah, he's Batman. It doesn't matter if he's gay or straight. It doesn't matter if he, has a different costume, or if he has like different side characters, or if he's portrayed a little differently. If the comic is written well, that's what matters to me. So story elements can be always welcome, or they can be despised. This is some story elements that I've hated, but good writing has always made them turn out to be well. So I think writing really comes down to it. Hey yo, since you have taken the chance on and liked some of the non-superhero and more vertical-esque titles during DC relaunch, have you ever read or feel any intrigue to read some of the epic stories from some of those titles' earlier volumes, such as Grant Morrison's run on Animal Man and the brilliant Alan Moore Swamp Thing? Uh, Lemire and Snyder reference a lot of history in those two titles and is great. I'm tempted to pick up with the other Swamp Thing stuff, but other than that, I really have no interest in reading anything else outside of the DC New 52, uh, because the history has been changed, and anything that's going to be addressed in those characters in the previous volumes are probably going to be addressed in the newer stuff. And I just don't feel like confusing myself. I think one of the great things about the new 52 is the fact that I can go in there with fresh eyes and not need to know all the history or be confused by the history, and everything being nice and new. Plus, also, I think I'd start critiquing the titles more, saying, well, Voodoo did this instead of doing that, or Grifter was portrayed this way instead of that way. I think it's probably best I didn't read the other stuff. Uh, do you think Nightwing would make a good Justice League member, and could you ever see him a member of the Justice League? He was. He led the Justice League twice on two occasions, in the Obsidian Age and in the last run on Justice League before the New 52. As Batman, he was the leader of the Justice League. So there you go. Answer. Yeah. uh, hey, Andrew, I don't read Marvel, but do you know any comics that you have heard working at comically speaking, that are good or fun to pick up? Do you mean in general, or do you mean from Marvel, or do you mean for DC? Seeing that you brought up Marvel, I guess I will talk about Marvel in particular. A lot of people seem to like Wolverine and the X-Men. A lot of people seem to like Deadpool. A lot of people seem to like, and again, I talked to a lot of people um, from Marvel. A lot of people seem to be liking the stuff that's going on with Spider-Man right now. So those seem to be the titles people are drawn to the most. Hopefully that answers your question. Hey Andrew, what are the Infinite Crisis, Identity Crisis, and Blackest Night? Infinite Crisis and Infinite Crisis was the sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was a big continuity DC company spanning crossover, along with Crisis on Infinite Earths. Identity Crisis was a murder mystery of Sue Debbie's murder, and Blackest Night was all the Black Lantern zombies rising from the graves. As of now, I think the only one in continuity is Blackest Night. So, yeah. Hope that answered your question. Okay, if a DC gave you the task of creating a new character for the DCU, what kind of character would you create? What backstory would you do? Actually, hold on 1 second. Phone's ringing. Sorry about that. The phone rang, and usually I would just let it ring, but you never know if it's a job opportunity, so I had to jump at it. Okay, where was I? If DC gave me the task of creating a new DCU character, what kind of character would I create? What would the backstory origin would I give him or her, and the powers, etc.? What villains would I have them fight, and would they have been established on a team like the Teen Titans Justice League? And P.S. Good work, thank you. Your videos really helped my comic books. Thank you. Now I was thinking about this last night before I was going to sleep. Actually, I was, because there's a lot of characters that I love in DC Comics, but there's a few things that I would do. I would do a magical based character, and we have Wonder Woman kind of with the Greek mythology. You have uh, Hawkman kind of with the pharaonic mythology, the Egyptian mythology, and then you have Aquaman who has the Atlantean mythology. Um, I could say something in the Norse gods, but then wouldn't that be copying our good friends Marvel with Thor? Would it? So what I would do is this. I would have maybe not magical base, but kind of magical base. I would do a character set in Japan. Japan or China, one of the two. Let's go with Japan. And the character is just, let's just say they're uh, an individual that taps into the ancient. Actually, I would do two characters. One is I would have a character that would be tapped into, ancient chi and magic, and they would use that in manipulation of their body, kind of like. And I hate using this reference, kind of like Dragon Ball Z, but not being Dragon Ball Z and over the top. And this individual was a member of the crime syndicate or the gangs of Japan. And this individual would go off and find out, this life is not good, and then eventually becomes a vigilante, and he's more kind of like a Punisher in the way. So I would do that, or I would love to bring back a character similar to Minuto Raven, a character that's established to Native American mythology or backstory, where he's attached, connected, almost like Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat. He uses the powers of his ancestors and of nature and Earth around him to fight evil. And he fights evil on a mystical level, and that's basically what he fights, mystical people. And he can have, I don't know. I think Minuto Raven was a great name, but you can use any name, Night Raven or something, Firewolf, or you can make up any name. But I think something established to the Native American history, because I think there's a lot of interesting stuff with the Native American philosophies and ideals and the history that is behind them, and how they connect themselves to their ancestors. So I would do a character like that. I would not have them on a team. And what kind of villains would I do? For the first one, for the Japanese gang member, it would be straight up crime lords. Maybe have some superstitious characters show up, but it would be straight up like that. For the Native American based character, have them be more mystical spirits and demons and stuff like that. Maybe have a demon underworld that they have to deal with. Oh, these freeze pops are not that much frozen anymore. They're more like liquid pops. So I hope that answered your question. But those are things I would like to see. A Native American based mythology or a character with that belief set would be nice. Mythology is probably not the right term to use, but I think it's an area in DC Comics that has not really been covered that well. Okay, have you been read? Have you read anything that you haven't read before at your new job? Thoughts on Gotham Central? What trades have you seen that you would read likely to read lately? Um, I have not picked up or read anything new lately at my new job because I've been busy doing a lot of stuff there. I came this close to buying some X-Men stuff, but I didn't. Have I read Gotham Central? No, it's one of the few things for Batman I haven't read. And what trades have I seen that you would likely read? Like I said, I came close to buying X-Men. I also kind of want to get American Vampire, but I'm going to hold out a bit. And everyone's talking about this Walking Dead, so I came close to buying that. What is my favorite character in the Justice League besides Batman? And how well do I think they're being portrayed in the New 52? My answer is Wonder Woman. She's my second favorite hero. She's my second favorite Justice League member, and I think she's being portrayed beautifully in the New 52. A good balance of all the aspects of Wonder Woman. Like I said, this throat gets dry really quick. Okay, we're I think getting halfway there, maybe. Are you going to go to Comic Con? I can't. I don't have enough money. With your job as comically speaking, going to branch out into other books. Yeah. With my job at comically speaking, are you going to branch out into other books and publishers and review them as well? It's possible. You never know. It's possible. Uh, Especially with the discount that I get there. So possible employee discount. Who would you like to get married? Could have a lasting relationship in the DCU. There's a lot of people, a lot of relationships I would like, they would never do, and like I would love to see Batman and Catwoman get together. Will it happen? No, because you can't have Batman have a relationship. If I had to pick one for them to kind of settle down and be with. Um, and it's tough. Maybe Babs and Dick have those two finally hook up and be together because they came close before the Infinite Crisis. Um, yeah, I'll stick with Bab and Dick right now. Uh, do you think that um, and I'm not talking about official. Do you think that the other Young Justice characters will join the Teen Titans and remain on their own books, like Superboy? Superboy is going to be joined. Superboy is a Teen Titan. Are you talking about like Blue Beetle? I think eventually they will, but not right now. It would be nice if they did. I think Static and Blue Beetle should have been on Teen Titans from the get-go, but hey, what do I know? But I think the Teen Titans are fine the way they are, and I think some of the Young Justice characters will jump over, but not too much. And when I mean Young Justice, I mean the teen-based superheroes. Hey Andrew, how's the home and job hunting going? And are you and your fiance picking a wedding date? Will there be videos? One, the home hunting, I haven't really been looking for a house right now or a condo right now because we need money and it comes out of jobs. Job hunting is going good on her half because she has a job. I have a possible lead this week, so we'll see what goes with that. Um, a friend of the family is talking to HR in their company, so I might be working there. Maybe. I'm supposed to get a call sometime this week, so we'll see. Have we picked a wedding date? We have a tentative date, but until we are sure that we can move out by that time, we're not going to solidify it. And will there be videos? Oh, there will be videos. There will be. Trust me. There will be videos. Okay, I'm done with free spots for a minute. Sorry, it's like a diction. One, how old are you? I'm 25. It's on my YouTube page. I'm new to comics. So far I've been picking up Batman, Justice League, Green Lantern. Is there any other comic that you would recommend to new people? Flash, Wonder Woman. What are you doing, Justice? What is it? Justice League, Green Lantern, Batman. Yeah, Flash and Wonder Woman. Pick up those two. I don't want to overload you with a million titles, but Flash and Wonder Woman are definitely worth picking up. Do you watch Young Justice? Yes. And the Green Lantern cartoon. I just started the Green Lantern cartoon. I just watched episode 3. So, I'm getting there. Um, it's the shit you gotta check out. Okay. P.S. Thundercats is good too. I watched a few episodes of Thundercats and it was okay. I never got into it though. I'm not a big Thundercat fan. Andrew, is Gotham Central by Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka still in continuity in New 52? I would say yes because they said pretty much 90% of the Batman stuff is in continuity. If not, where does it go in the Batman timeline in the old continuity? I'm not sure because I never read Gotham Central. It's like I said, it's like one of the two things from Batman I never read. So I'm sorry. What is your favorite Elseworld story? Justice League. No, DC New Frontier. Probably my favorite pound for pound Elseworld story. That or Kingdom Come, but it's one of those. No, probably New Frontier. I really like New Frontier. Uh, if you could get only one comic from DC, what would you get? Batman. Plain, flat, and simple. Who would you like to see casted in a live-action Justice League movie? Members being Suits, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, and anyone else that you would like to throw in. Oh God, this is I don't think I can answer well, no, I did answer this question. I answered this question in a video with PM Knight. So if you want to check out that video, just go down there. PM Knight's channel's down there. I did answer that in that channel video. So the answer will be down there. I forgot off the top of my head who I would do. I know I'm doing a comp out with the answer right now, but I forgot off the top of my head. Which costume designs would you like more for Superman and Batman? And Wonder Woman, the new 52 or the old 52? The new 52. I love the new 52 costumes a lot more for the Trinity. It just all on a whole looks better. Uh, what do you think about Alan Scott of Earth 2 being gay? Plus, if there were ever going to be a crossover with Earth 2 and Earth 1, I'm not sure if Earth 1, yeah, no one knows what the mainstream Earth is called right now. How would you set it up, and who would be the first superheroes from both Earths to meet? Like how the Flash met in the early years. On to Alan Scott being gay in the New 52. I said this in my previous video, which I think is up right now. I just was uploading it. Let's see if it's finished uploading. No, it's having problems, so we'll have to check that out. Uh, I'm happy about Alan Scott being Green Lantern. I think it's good. I think it's interesting, and I think it will be. It's a big thing, and this is the first Green Lantern from, DC Comics in general. So I think this is a big thing, and I think it's good. And you know what? I'm all about diversity. I'm all about new characters, and having another gay character, especially a major character like Green Lantern in the DCU, I think is a good thing. So I'm cool with it. I'm happy with it. I think they picked a good character too. I knew it wasn't going to be one of the major um, Justice League members, but they really did surprise me with it being Alan Scott. Plus, are they ever going to cross over Earth 2 and Earth 1? They technically are now with Mr. Terrific and World's Finest. But you're talking about Justice Society and Justice League. I don't think they will for a while. I think they're keeping those worlds separate. If they did, how would I have it be? It'd be nice to have a little tribute and have the two Flashes meet. Because really, it's the most logical thing having those two meet. What are your thoughts on Batman Inc., the old run and the new issues? What do you think will be going on? Do you think Grant Morrison has an epic Bat Topia in mind that will require the Batman? I have not read enough of the old issues to really comment on those. I've read some here and there. I need to pick up the trade to catch up on it. It's been a while too. The new issue, I was impartial at. It was okay, but there was some stuff I didn't like about it. Do I think Grant Morrison is setting up an epic Battopia? No, I don't think Grant Morrison. See, I'm going back to another freeze pop. I don't think Grant Morrison has enough authority to change Batman that much. I think Batman Inc. will definitely stay around. I think they will be Batman Inc. members, but I don't think anything too epic is going to come out of the Batman Inc. story. How much money do you get from YouTube? Like 140 a month, roughly. Can you make a video where you draw Batman, maybe Wonder Woman and Superman, and show them no matter how good or bad it is? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I have no answer to that. Depends on how much people would want to see that. I draw, but I don't think I'm a good drawer. I showed my drawings once. I can show them again sometime. Few questions. Do you have fun on Do you have fun on DC Universe Online? Do you have any disagreements on anything with the game? Can you review Superman Superman Chronicle series? Um, One is DCU Online. I played it for maybe a good month or two, and then I kind of dropped it just due to time. It was a really fun game. Do I have any problems with it? It's kind of repetitive. Other than that, it's a good game. Can I review Superman Chronicle series? I thought I did at one point. I'll have to look back on it. If not, then why not? Hey, let's do it. Sure. Oh shit. All my Superman books are over in the cubby. Oopsie. Yeah, maybe. Sure. Once I pull them out, I'll do it. That's the second to last one, so don't worry, it's gonna end soon. What's my favorite Batman figure and Batman villain figure? Favorite Batman figure is the new DC 52 Justice League Batman, which is promptly right there. My favorite Batman villain figure, um, oh my, I don't know. Maybe the DC Universe Classics Joker. That was pretty good. Or Man Bat. Actually, yeah, Man Bat. That was a good figure. So I'll have to go with Man Bat on that. Where are you? There you are. Right. What is your least favorite? What are your least favorite TV shows? Breaking Bad is abs. Oh, what is your favorite? I thought that said least. What's your favorite TV show? Breaking Bad is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen it, but well, you have to watch the episodes in order. My favorite TV shows off the top of my head are Star Trek: The Next Generation, Angel from Buffy the Vampire, um, Bones. I'm addicted to, but I haven't watched much of the recent episodes lately because I haven't. It's on Monday nights at 8, and I gotta work at 9, so I have to Hulu it. Maybe I might do that later. And then Simpsons is, I think, my all-time favorite show, though. I've always loved The Simpsons to death. I also like Family Guy, and Bob's Burgers turning out to be pretty decent. And I guess you can count Monday Night Raw, can you? What do you think is the most important characteristic a person needs to be successful um, in life? Um, Honor, being honorable. This is interesting, but if you're an honorable person, it doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person. Uh, because you're honorable, you're going to do what's right. But honor is important because honor encompasses honesty, doing the right thing, acting a certain way, being respectful. Honor is a important quality to have. If you were capable of only 5 comics per month, which series would it be? Batman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Nightwing. The last one's tough. Um, ooh, the last one is tough. Let us do. If I'm thinking about in the future in the grand scope of things, probably Teen Titans. There, done. Last free spot. Okay, but that will never happen. I will constantly be picking up comics. How do you think Justice League movies should be made? I saw a mini animated film in DC Universe Online, and I think it was awesome. Do you think they're capable of beating the Avengers? I don't know. I think it's getting to the point with movies that movies are just going to keep on beating each other. So something's going to beat Avengers, something's going to beat Twilight, something's going to beat Harry Potter, something's going to beat Titanic. So it really is possible. Anything's possible. How do I think they should do a Justice League movie? They should do it mirroring the Justice League comic they just released, the origin story, doing something similar to that in a way. So I would do it similar to the Justice League comic that they did, the first 5 issues or five. Was it 6 issues or 5 issues? I think it was 6 issues. It was six. Can you elaborate as to why Wonder Woman is one of your favorite characters? Um, sure. I'll go real quick because I only have maybe another 20 minutes to do this video yeah, I only have like another 20 minutes before I have to get ready for work. Wonder Woman. Um, she's a warrior. She's honorable. She's a diplomat. She's compassionate. She's rooted in Greek mythology. She thinks a lot how I think. When I think of the three DC characters that I'm more akin to, the top two would be well, Batman. I'd like to think I have some qualities of Batman, maybe not psychologically, but I like to think that I'm kind of like a problem solver like Batman because that's one of my attributes. I'm a problem solver. I like to think I relate most to Dick Grayson and Wonder Woman, and that Wonder Woman always finds a solution to the problem through diplomacy, through talking things through. She's strong, she's courageous, she's inspirational. It's hard not to read a comic book by Wonder Woman or have Wonder Woman in it and not be inspired by this magnificent individual that goes out there and really just proves time and time again relentlessly in her task for good. So her being a diplomat, her being a warrior, her being compassionate, loving, but still being a warrior at the same time is a great thing. There's a lot of things about Wonder Woman I love. Her being rooted in Greek mythology, and she just kicks so much ass. She kicks everyone's ass. I love Wonder Woman. I really do. I really do. She is awesome. Oh, Diana. Hey Andrew, do you have a, hey Andrew, how do you like the direction of the Green Lantern comics with Sinestro playing a big role, Kyle Rayner getting kicked out of the Corps, John Stewart and Guy Gardner on the run from the Guardians and the Alpha Lanterns, and the new Middle Eastern Lantern who is shown in Free Comic Book Day issue, and who I think will be replacing Hal Jordan and might be getting killed off. Hal's not getting killed off. Hal is not going to get killed off. Jeff John loves Hal Jordan too much. He's not going to kill him off. I have not read Green Lantern Corps, so I did not know that in the Corps, John and Guy are getting chased off by running from the Guardians. But I think the Green Lantern is going in a good direction right now in his comics. Much more subtle stories, but I think there's something bigger in mind. I Yeah, I can't say anything bad about it. Red Lanterns have been fun, although it's been slow going. Green Lantern New Guardians have been fun, but I would like right now they're going into a story arc I want them to go into, which is dealing with the Reach, and I think that's good. And I like what they're doing with Green Lantern, so I think they're going in a good direction. But I don't think they're gonna kill off Hal Jordan. Are you gonna get the new GTA 5 coming out? No, I won't. Sorry, I'm not a Grand Theft Auto fan. Uh, where do you see the future of comic books going? Young people aren't reading anymore and playing video games. Will comic books survive? I think the comic book characters will survive. I think comic books will survive in a different medium. Maybe digital comic books will be the wave of the future. It's hard to tell now because everything's always changing. But I know a lot of young kids that get into comic books. Um, but I think a lot of things are going to go digital. And plus, you also have to understand is young kids are going to read comic books no matter what because even though they're geared towards more to adults, kids are going to read and do whatever they want. Have you ever tried to write a comic book or form of fiction? Yes, I have, and I will not talk about it because it was not pretty. Mostly because I was way too young to know how to write. I wish if if I had time, like there's a novel that I kind of wanted to write, but I just don't have time to write it. Where do you, whoop, there we go. Are you going to pick up the new completed Batman Nightfall and No Man's Land? No, I won't. I just don't have the money right now. We love to get your comment on Comic Book Man. You notice you once mentioned that you didn't know when it was on, etc. Just using that. Here is a great site. Okay. I have not seen the Comic Book Man show yet, but I will check out this site and I will see what it's about, and maybe I'll do a video on it. Hey Andrew, just wanted to know what do you think of Justice League 12 issue miniseries about the Justice 12? Oh, Justice by Alex Ross. I have not read it fully. I've read bits and pieces here, but that's why I've never done a review on it because I haven't been reading it. Are you still reviewing TMNT? I haven't been reviewing TMNT. I still read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I still read Buffy. I still read Angel. Just haven't been able to jump on and review TMNT. Maybe I should add it to my DC um, video where I talk about my comic club. But I have not been reviewing it lately. I'm sorry. Hey Andrew, is Batman Contagion and Legacy and continuity for the New 52? One would think. Andrew is No Man's Land because again, almost everything for Batman is still in continuity. It's No Man's Land still in continuity. I think so, but I think it was different. It probably wasn't a year long because Batman just doesn't have a year to spare. Do you read Power Girl by Jimmy Poliami and Justin Gray? If so, what did you think of it? No, I haven't. I really love that run on Power Girl, and I really wish they would stay with the original character in the New 52. Do you like or dislike her new costume? I kind of dislike it. It's not bad, but it's not Power Girl. It doesn't feel. They didn't it feels like with some of the costumes, they're like, well, here's our chance to change our costumes drastically. But sometimes you don't need to change things drastically. Maybe a thing here and there. Like Batman was a perfect change because it was a small change, and basically it's the same costume. But I feel like they're like, hey, we get to change Power Girl's costume. Let's go in complete different direction than what we had. Why? We don't know. The other costume was perfectly fine. What kind of car do you drive? A 2005 Ford Taurus. What's your thoughts on golf? A lot of people love golf. I don't. I respect it as a sport and as recreational pastime, but I just don't play it. I don't like it. What's your favorite comic book? What are a few of your favorite comic book movies, and what kinds of likes and kind of like to first question? Hold on. What are your favorite comic movies? And kind of liked to the first question, have you read or Watchmen or Kick-Ass? Okay. Have I read Watchmen? Yes, I reviewed it. What's my favorite comic book movies? My two favorite comic book movies are, well, my three favorite comic book movies are this. Batman Begins at number 3, and then Superman 1 and 2. So I actually like the two Superman movies more than the Batman movies. I know, that's crazy, but I just do. They're really fun movies. Very Silver Age-ish, and I love it. But I love Batman Begins as my favorite Batman movie. Top three heroes: Batman number one, Wonder Woman number two, Dick Grayson number three. Do you think Robin Dick Grayson should make his debut story in Dark Knight Rises? No, I don't think so. What's your favorite Nightwing story? A Night in Bloodhaven, maybe. Yeah, let's go with the Night in Bloodhaven. I like that story. Did you watch E3s? If so, what interested you most? E3's going on right now. I'm not really impressed with E3 right now. What's interested me the most though is the stuff that they talked about for the Wii. It looks fantastic, and the new controller they bring out. It looks like a better Xbox controller. We don't have that stupid D-pad that Xbox controller has. Okay. Would you like to see a Batman Batwoman crossover story, and how and when should DC do this? Should they remain separate for the time being? Batman has crossed over in Batwoman a few times. Do you mean a full-fledged story? I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Do I want to see it? Yeah, why not? Hey, let's go for it. What do you think about the Injustice Gods Among Us game? I already gave my opinions on that. If you could depower or power up any DC character, who would it be and why? Um, Good question. I'm not sure. I kind of like how everyone is right now. Maybe make Superman. Um, no, no. I don't know. I think everyone's fine the way they are with their power level. Um, what Wii U and 3DS games are you looking forward to? That have been announced for the Wii U. Well, for the Wii, I have Last Story, but that's not Wii U. For Wii U, I'm looking forward to Arkham City. I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed 3. I'm looking forward to the new Mario for the Wii U. Um, and about any Zelda game that will come out, but nothing has been announced yet. For 3DS, I'm looking forward to Paper Mario right now. That's my big one. Um, I don't think there's anything else coming out right at the moment. I would like a Majora's Mask on 3DS. Should they change the name of Wii U to something else? No, Wii U is fine. After the rot is taken care of, what will Animal Man and Swamp Thing going to do? I don't know. I would like to know that too. Because if there's nothing good, then I might just not read Animal Man anymore. So we'll see. That's a bold statement. Animal Man has been great, but I mean, the rod is really what's keeping me in there. Uh, you are a greedy son of a bitch. XD. Okay. So I have more to come. Top me if you can. Okay. What is your favorite comic book story of all time? I don't know. That's tough. You can't pick just one. Maybe Nightfall. Maybe. I'm kind of liking Scott Snyder's Court of the Owls right now, but that's tough. Uh, Superman versus Martian Manhunter, winner. Superman. Superman versus Captain Marvel, winner. Superman. Thought my catch just entered. Batman versus Deathstroke, winner. Probably Deathstroke. I love Batman to death. Batman could possibly beat Deathstroke, but in a one-on-one hand-to-hand combat, no normal human could beat Deathstroke. Dick Grayson couldn't. The Teen Titans together couldn't. Deathstroke is just over the top. Um, I think Batman could beat him if Batman knew going in 5 minutes in advance that he was fighting Deathstroke, but only that. The reason why Superman would beat Captain Marvel is because Superman has the intellect of a full-grown adult with experience. Captain Marvel's a kid. I don't care if he has the wisdom of Solomon or the wisdom of Randy Orton. If he had the wisdom of Randy Orton, he probably gets suspended for 30 days. But in Superman versus Martian Manhunter is one of the few people that would be able to break Superman down. But Heat Vision, baby, catch that Martian on fire. How many hours per day do you work at Comically Speaking? I work 2 to 3 days of the week. Wednesdays, usually 10 to 5 or 12 to 5. Like today is Wednesday, I'm working 12 to 5, so I have to hurry up on this video because it's 11:09. Saturdays, I usually work in the morning till 3, and then Sundays, if I'm not working at my other job, I work there 12 to 5. In one of your latest videos, you said you almost picked up X-Men comics but didn't. Which ones? I almost picked up Astonishing X-Men by Joss Whedon the start of that. I almost picked up the Phoenix Saga. Thoughts on the Avengers film? I haven't watched it, so I have no thoughts. Do you know what Scott Snyder is doing after the Court of Owls? Because I have read he has plans to write two other stories on the magnitude of Night Owls, so I guess he would be around for 30 issues. Now that you're always at the comic store, what not DC has interested you? Um, First, Scott Snyder said he's going to stay on Batman as long as he can. Second is I've been interested in some Marvel stuff. It's just so hard to get into Marvel. Plain flat and simple. Um, who do you think poses the biggest challenge to Batman today? Two Face or Black Mask? Two Face, just for the pure fact that he's so unpredictable. What's your favorite toy growing up? Ooh, that's tough. Growing up, I'm not sure. Oh, my Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker Kenner figure, the black one with the cape and cowl. Uh, where am I? What got you into reading comics again as an adult, or did you always read them from a childhood? I've always read comic books from a childhood. There was a dry period in my teenage years when I didn't really read comics, but I've always had an interest, so that's how it started out my interest again. If you could write any Marvel character, who would it be? Spider-Man, so I can get that Mary Jane and Peter Parker back together. But putting that aside, what would I write? I would write X-Men only if they allowed me to write the origin and a reboot, or Captain America because I would have fun with Captain America. If you could write any DC character, who would it be? Cyborg because I love Cyborg to death, and why he doesn't have a comic right now is bothering me. Or Cassandra Cain, or Donna Troy, one of those three. What's your favorite video game of all time? Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. It has come on top. Sorry, people. It's so good. What is your least favorite DC superhero? Ambushbug. What's your favorite movie of all time? Return of the Jedi, Star Wars. Uh, do you read any independent books? If so, which ones are your favorites? Independent books. What do you mean by independent? Do you mean outside of comic? And do you mean books or comic books? My favorite book series has to be Timothy Zahn's Star Wars stuff, The Hand of Thrawn and the Thrawn trilogy. Out of all the books DC has canceled over the years, which ones would you like to see a return? Outsiders and OMAC. What's the major reason for you getting into comic books? Batman. I just love Batman. And I wanted to read the main medium that he was in. Everything else just kind of once the floodgates were open, everything just came running in. Does it bother you when you read or watch a story where many characters are always dying, like Game of Thrones or Walking Dead? No, because if they're dying for this, if the death, sometimes people die for shock value. Sometimes it's because of the story. If it's for the story, then that's fine. With stuff like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, I think it's because that's what they want to do with the story. Are you into politics or learning about radical politics such as communism or anarchism? I am into politics to a degree. But actually, I am very much into politics. Not as much as a lot of people. I usually don't talk about it around a lot of people because, see, the thing is, a lot of people can't talk politics. The reason why people can't talk politics is because they're so opinionated that they think that only their opinion matters. I believe that it doesn't matter if it's Democratic or a Republican idea, or if it's an independent idea, or whatever. If it's a good idea, that's what matters. I don't care about where the idea is coming from. If it's a good idea, that's what matters. A lot of people are too stuck on it. What about communism, anarchism? I've looked into the stuff just for the pure to be knowledgeable on it. My friend is I believe he calls himself a Marxism or Marxist, or he's a communist by nature. I don't. Communism is good on paper, but it would, in my opinion, I don't believe it would work. At least not right now. Um, but that's just me. But I always try to educate myself in everything so that when I get into a discussion with someone, I can hold my own. Should Lobo have his own ongoing series, or is the character too goofy or insane to warrant one? Could it happen? Yes. Should it happen? No. Not right now. I don't think, not right now. Maybe 5, 10 years, but not right now. Can you explain the 5 year gap for Bruce Wayne becoming Batman? Because he went through 3 Robins and has 10-year-old son with 5 years. Somebody in DC Comics doesn't understand that you cannot have a 10-year-old son in 5 years. Well, the reason why is because Batman has been around for 10 years. Every other superhero has been around for 5 years. DC Comics has stated Batman's been around for 10 years. He's been an urban legend for 5 of those 10 years, and it isn't until the Justice League that he really has come out and people are like, oh, he's not an urban legend. But Batman has been around for 10 years, so that explains how he can go through 3 Robins and have a 10-year-old son. Okay, we're getting to the end, so let's see. Yeah, last 5 questions. And I have enough time to spare to get ready for work. Uh, who is better temp Batman, Azrael or Dick Grayson? Dick Grayson. Uh, what's your favorite incarnation of the Teen Titans? Original, New Teen Titans animated version, Young Justice, or New 52? The New Teen Titans with Dick Grayson, Donna Troy, Cyborg, Starfire, so on and so forth. Uh, if members of the Justice League were to get a ring from various Lantern Corps, what would each member of the League belong to? Obviously, excluding Hal. Bruce would be Sinestro Corps because of fear. Wonder Woman would be Star Sapphire because of great love in her heart, which she already was. Superman would be Blue Lanterns for hope. Oh, wait, no, actually, no. Superman. Yeah, Superman would be Blue Lanterns along with Flash. Flash would be too. Cyborg would be Indigo Tribe. No, Cyborg wouldn't be Indigo Tribe. What am I saying? Now we know what the Indigo Tribe is. He wouldn't be Indigo Tribe. Yeah, that's kind of tough. Cyborg would be Green Lantern, I think. And who am I missing? Aquaman would be Indigo Tribe. So there you go. Am I missing someone? No, I think I got everyone. Um, Keep up the videos, loving them. Thank you very much. What do you think about Alan Scott being gay? I already told you. I think it's great. I love it. It's cool. What's your thoughts on the new DC game, Justice League God Among Us, and what characters would you like to see in the game's roster? I already gave you my opinions on the games, but characters in the game roster, as many characters as they can fit. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Cyborg, Green Arrow, Nightwing, Robin, Dr. Fate, Hawkman, Firestorm, Captain Atom, Lex Luthor, Joker, Bane, Solomon Grundy. Would as many characters as they can. Are you getting Lego Batman 2 DC's Heroes? I'm very tempted, but I don't think I will because of time. We'll see. And last question. Huzzah! What is your favorite animated movie? Are we talking about comic books or in general? I assume you mean, let's just take it as face value. Favorite animated movie? I gotta think about this because there's a lot of animated movies. That's tough. Animated movie. You know what I always liked? I always liked the Digimon first movie. That was awesome. But I don't know. Favorite animated movie? Yeah, let's go with that. Digimon. Because right now I can't think of anything else. But yes, so we made it through. I don't know how many minutes this has been because I took a break in between, but thank you very much for your questions. I hope I answered everyone's questions. If I did not, just save them. I'll do my next question and answer video, which could be X amount of months away from now. We'll see. So yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And as always, thank you. And this is Andrew saying peace out for now.